I like to make games. So I played Dusk, and I ate some beans, and it was a terrible experience, but Dusk was an amazing experience, and so I feel like I'd like to play a little bit more Dusk. Again, this is not a game that has like a linear narrative, maybe a little bit, but it's just something that I wanted to, boot up again just for fun and for variety's sake on the stream, and people seem to enjoy the last stream I did of it, so... so I did the Foothills when I played the demo before it came out, like the alpha. I did the facilities last time I streamed it. Not all of them, mind you, but some of them. I've not done the Nameless City, so you've seen the facilities, you've seen the Foothills. I haven't even seen the Nameless City. Wow, okay. The Iron Cathedral. Vinny shouldn't skip the episodes. Well, how do I just play the thing? I do want to skip the episodes, though. You can just do it like that? Okay. My current loadout is nothing. But I'm assuming that's just how it's supposed to start anyway.
I knew you'd come.
Yeah, I am playing this game completely out of order. And I'm okay with that. I didn't realize this game had a stealth mechanic.
Sacrifice.
What are these? What the fuck are these dopey assholes not looking at the entrance for, anyway? Oh.
Sacrifice.
A book. Is this vital? You know, I may go back on my own time and play more Dusk. I just haven't had a chance to because, as I said last time I streamed this game decided to come out during one of the craziest holiday seasons for gaming in a while. Soap. This is fucked. Why are folks killing you? Because they're a member of an organization that, kills people. That's my guess. They kill people. That's what they do. That's their hobby. That's their passion. See? Vinny, is it okay to kill people for a hobby? No. No, I don't believe it is. I don't know. Wait a minute. Let me think about this for a minute. Well, it depends on... no. I was gonna say, it depends on your hobby. What do you like to do? Chainsaw, lawnmower, I mean, there's a lot of ways to kill people. Yeah. What if it's consensual? I don't think that's how the law works. But, you know, you can figure that out with your local priest. The laws and ethics are different, though. Yes, however, ethics won't land you in prison for the rest of your life. So that's why I say check with your local priest. Oh, they fight each other when that happens. It's cool. Priests know the lowdown of the law, that's right. I mean, look, I'm basically going based on what time period I think this game takes place during. This chapter in particular. So if we're going, like, around the Crusades era, then church and state were very, very much not separated. But, you know, I'm just talking shite. For Nigel. Are we ignoring the gas can because that's not Crusade era? Yes, I am ignoring that. For purposes of this conversation, I am ignoring the gas can. Cannot get... Well, let me get it. We're all mad here. We'll float down here, Douglas. Morale is 100, so all kills are consensual. Aren't video games just a miracle? Think about, like, if you've been playing games your whole life. Think about how many people you've killed over your lifetime. And especially if you play, like, Musou games. But what if you're playing SimCity and you call it Disaster Down? Does that... like, all those people count? That adds to your kill count. Strategy games, Age of Empires. Someone just said, I've killed trillions, entire planets. See, now you are acquainted with your shadow. It's a Jungian philosophy thing. At least you know that you did it. Proud of you. You know what? No, I'm not really proud of you. We're all monsters. Unless you only play Animal Crossing exclusively, and even then you've probably, like, stepped on a bug. Bugs are people. Why does this game always lead to a weird stream? bugs are not people. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you don't expect someone at some point to rally for bug rights? If it's not already been done. No, but they're still not people. What is people? I'm sorry, I'll stop. Okay, I'm done. I'm good. PD? People for the ethical treatment of insects. How about people for the ethical treatment of people? Nah, you're right, that's silly. People.
Heretic.
People for ethical fisting. The Sophisticator would have a lot to say about this. It's been a while since I saved. Just realized that there are no autosaves in this. Saved.
Sacrifice. Kill him. Heretic. Sacrifice.
Why can I do that? You know, for old time's sake, I'm gonna eat a bean. Okay, it's yellowish. This could be moldy cheese or caramel corn. That's not caramel corn. Ah! Okay, I'm back. Yeah, no, I'm good. I just need some gum for a second. I have these cowboy cigarettes. You know, the cowboy rodeo cigarettes? Someone sent me these, and they're gum. They're like the fake cigarettes that you had when you were a kid, and you would just eat them, but these are gum. They're cool because the flavor lasts about 3 minutes. That's as much as you get. 3 minutes. What the fuck is this thing? Bad dog. Okay, gum is gone. What do they taste like? Candy, chalk? Well, this one was orange. Some of them are strawberry. there's the type of candy cigarette that you can eat that tastes like sugared chalk. And then there's the gum version of the cigarettes. That's what I have. Lava cannot harm you.
Kill him.
I also can't fucking believe how popular these Bean Boozles are. Like I said, the other day I was at a mall and I was at an FYE for the first time in ages. I didn't even know that existed still. And it was like, Bean Boozle spin the bottle. Big Bean Boozle. Minion Bean Boozle. With Minion Fart as a flavor.
Heretic. Kill him.
Yeah, Bean Boozles are everywhere. They're in every store, they're at every door. They are very popular. I know there's a Harry Potter Bean Boozle. Like, why do people fucking torture themselves? I remember 20 years ago was when I first experienced these weird jelly beans, where they had, like, different flavors that you wouldn't expect from jelly bean. And that's when it was really big. Jelly Bellies. So there'd be like a gift box, and you would eat. And you would eat them because they tasted good. Now, people want to fucking suffer. People want beans that taste bad. Because it's fun. I mean, it would make Smash Brothers more fun. Like, the stakes are definitely upped if you have to eat a potentially shit-flavored bean. But again, these things must sell really well. Oh wow, that was fucking awesome. These things must sell really, really well if they're like everywhere. And so many people in chat, like when I said I was eating shitty beans, the chat instantly knew what I was talking about. Yeah, it's party food. But I can imagine a lot of people throwing up from these. Especially if they're drinking. And they're already on the verge of vom, which is the next album I'll be producing. On the verge of vom. It's like Blood Bagel, but a little bit pukier. Some secret. One of the things I wanted to do today, and I forgot about it until just now, so good for me, was have my list of 2018 games. And in no particular order, just talk about them. Just, you know, discuss the stuff I liked, that I played. And, you know, throw some recommendations out there. Oh, that was a big lad. Yeah, nothing crazy. Maybe just like a picture of the game, some background music, and just talk for like 20 minutes. I'm not gonna do a movie one, because I barely saw any new movies this year. And music... I forgot some of the albums I listened to that came out this year. You know my musical taste. It's not the type of music that is popular at the moment. And nor is it the type of music that people would know entirely. Well, they would know it, but maybe not follow it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know, King Gizzard. Well, they didn't have an album this year. But New Gorillas, that was like, I guess, as close to popular. Jack White's album, which I thought was kind of cool. I listened to it a little bit again today. Jeff Tweedy's album, which is like a folk / acoustic rock album. And I barely even remember the shit that I listened to this year, so... Good, the Bad, the Queen. So nothing particularly exciting. Oh yeah, Muse put out an album. I'm so lukewarm to Muse these days. Even though I was surprised by a couple songs on it, it still felt like they were trying to make a Stranger Things soundtrack. And there's a couple good songs on there, but I think I outgrew Muse. I can't listen to this dude talk about conspiracies anymore. It's really just not happening for me. I respect some of the songs on it. I've listened to it a couple times. I'm like, oh, alright, some chill stuff on here. There's some good synth stuff. But I also remember reading years back that Matt Bellamy has smelly feet. And he used to, like, take pictures of, like, on their first couple tours, he used to, like, take pictures of his feet. And I always remembered that. Like, it was a big Muse joke back in the day. And people would, like, the bandmates would be like, oh, you wouldn't believe what it's like going on tour with Matt. And obviously they're just dumb kids and they didn't give a fuck. They were just talking about it. Now, I'm not gonna say this altered my enjoyment of that band. It hasn't. I can still listen to the music I like from them and be totally fucking fine with it. But I won't lie, when I listen to a new Muse album, I can't help but think about Matt Bellamy's feet. It's just something I didn't need to know, like Paul McCartney and the rest of the Beatles, or, you know, him and John in a dark room, having a thrash with some mates, while John's like, Winston Churchill. It does not ruin my enjoyment of the music, but it does, however, pop up in my head from time to time, like Winston Churchill might. But then again, I'm one to talk. I've had people say that they were listening to Red Vox, and they couldn't help but think about duck noises while I was singing. So, it's fine. Is that not how you're supposed to enjoy the music? What, thinking about ducks? And feet? You would think a game like this would eventually get boring. It really doesn't. The level design is so fucking good. The enemies are memorable and cool. The weapons are awesome. But specifically, the level design. Is there like a soap Easter egg in this game? Yeah, the music is cool. The mood setting stuff is great. Atmosphere is good. There's a lot of good sound effects. And you can tell they took some influence from the Quake soundtrack, which, as much as I love the Quake soundtrack, and Ron, Uncle Ron that composed it very much, I love Uncle Ron, as you know, but there were times when I was listening to that soundtrack and I was just like, yeah, this hurts. So this takes influence from it, I think, in the right ways. Just a wonderful game. I think I would recommend Dusk, like, pretty easily. You know, if I had to do, like, my top games of 2018 and, like, an easy recommendation, I'd say if you ever find this on sale for like 10 bucks, don't even hesitate. I mean, even people that didn't grow up with shooters like this might still enjoy it and get something out of it. Or maybe rediscover the genre of the older shooters.
Sacrifice. Non-believer.
Oh, nice. Now we get some snow. Hey, Arthur. I mean, John. I mean, random cowboy. "15 years you called me Micah. My name is Michael." "Well, why didn't you correct us? God damn it, Micah, why didn't you say something?" "I guess I just didn't want to spoil the fun." Lone meat. "Howdy, partner. So you're finally awake, huh?" The waves of destruction. Is it weird that out of all your Red Dead impressions, Micah is your best one? I mean, it's just a voice I can do better than the other ones, I guess. I don't know, I've been practicing my Dutch impression, as I said earlier. And, when I say my Dutch impression, it's just me saying the word son. "Now, son." It was better before. I lose it. I have to, like, be more reliable with it. So, no, it just sounds like Homer Simpson now. "Hey, boy." No, my John impression's fucking terrible. It's abysmal. It's just some people are better suited to doing certain impressions that's closer to their vocal tone, I think. Like, you know, vocal cords are stupid. If it were up to me, I'd do a great Jeff Goldblum, but I just can't. It's because my throat tendrils are, aligned in a certain way. But, you know, I grew up always doing impressions. Not always, but a lot. I can't say that because I have to be careful how I word things, but I don't know, it's always been fun for me. Oh, fuck off! And I have a family of people that would do impressions, sometimes not the kindest. What if Vinny's normal voice is just an impression?
Hey guys. This is my real voice.
I have to prepare for 3 hours before a stream to get the Vinny voice totally right. Is Vinny even your real name, and are you really from New York? I believe it's a type of food, a gnocchi. Is that real, or is that just something my grandmother invented as I was growing up? I didn't say it was a yes or a no. I'm evading your answer. Or evading your question. Come on, give me some health. Got some. You know what's a really, really great thing? Playing a console first-person shooter. No, I'm kidding. I mean, playing a first-person shooter on the console and then moving over to the PC. Like, okay, here's what I mean. Playing Red Dead, as much as I have been, it made me forget why I mostly play shooters on the PC. I know this is obvious, like,
We're all gamers. You're not a real gamer unless you use a mouse and keyboard.
I usually don't care what people like to use, but I'm obviously much more comfortable with mouse and keyboard here in my gamer nation. But, you know, the shooting in Red Dead, I was fine with it, but it really amounted to press L, look slightly up. Press L, look slightly up. And then you play this and it's like, oh wait a minute. I'm responsible for my fate. I remember, Call of Duty doesn't have auto-aim online, right? Remind me, because I played console Call of Duty years ago. Not anytime recent. It does. It has aim correction. It's not, like, lock-on. That's just the single-player mode. It's not as extensive as the single-player, auto-aim, right? Not even close. It's not lock-on, it's more like a close enough system. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Do you remember when the Steam controller was supposed to be the best way to do first-person shooters on a console? The big fucking haptic feedback shit. Mine was bleeding juice. I swear to God, I still have it, and it was just like leaking oil. It was so fucking bizarre. I used it maybe 5 times, and then it just went into storage, and then I looked at it again, I was like, oh, it's oily. So weird. And, of course, you know, this is, again, not an original conversation I've had. I've had this discussion many times, but the Wiimote was advertised as the best way to play first-person shooters for a while. And I remember the first time I felt that that could be the case was Metroid Prime 3. I was like, hey, wait a minute, this feels pretty okay. Wasn't Red Steel. It wasn't, the Medal of Honor game that came out not too long after that. But I felt like, oh, okay, this could be something good. And then it just stopped happening, which I'm more than okay with. And now I find Splatoon has probably the best console aiming because of the gyro shit. And also the type of game it is, too. Precision is necessary, but it's not, like, super precise. It's a little bit more forgiving because of the type of weapons. But it's also really well done. It's, like, fine-tuned. A lot of other... I think they're implementing some gyro stuff on the PlayStation 4 now. Like, there are some games that are actually using the gyro aiming, using the PS4 controller, which I think is good. I think it should be optional, at least on most games where you need precise aiming. But there's a lot of games on the Switch that use gyro aiming that just didn't get it right. Like Warframe did not get it right the first time around. Now it's kind of getting it right. They just released an update where they fixed... well, actually, no, that's not true. The sticks were more fucked up. But, you know, with, like, Doom, they had to, continuously... I think I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they updated it? What I'm trying to say, my point is, it's not easy to just get it. Like, I'll just throw it in the game and it's done. You have to actually work on it. You have to fine-tune it. You have to take into account, like, player feedback and add, like, multiple options of sensitivity so that the gyro controls work well enough for everyone. And if you don't like it, you just turn it off. But as we know, the best motion controls of all time for any video game, Star Fox Zero. Hope Doom Eternal has gyro. I think it will. I think Doom Eternal's gonna have gyro controls based on the fact that Panic Button said it's coming to the Switch. And also that they're handling it, and I think they said something like Doom Eternal is coming to the Switch right away. Like, you won't have to wait too long. But I'm not getting Doom Eternal on the Switch. I always say this, as much as I love the Switch, it's usually the worst version of the game you could get if it's a particularly graphically intensive game. So I'm just not gonna do it. I'll get it on the PC and then, you know, that'll be good enough for me. And as much as I do like gyro aiming, I still, you know, I still prefer this. This is, familiar. It's fluid. This is an amazing enemy. Holy fuck, I love this enemy so much! It's like a Silent Hill enemy. Play it on the PC and say it's Switch. Nintendo would have to pay me for that one. No, I mean like retroactively, they'd have to be like, wow, he did us a big favor. And then people get Doom Eternal on the Switch and it looks like a blurry, like you're looking through it, like at the bottom, you're looking at it through the bottom of Coke bottles. Like smeared with Vaseline. You know? And people are like, wait a minute, this isn't what I saw on his stream. I need a fortune. They'd have to drop, like, a fucking yacht. I want a YOT. At my door by noon 30 on the fortnight. Otherwise, I ain't playing their Switch version. A YOT. A fucking... I want this thing to have a fireplace in it. I want a fireplace on a boat. And then it'll sit in the marina because I'm much more comfortable at home. And I don't particularly care for boats in any way, shape, or form. I am lost. I am no longer lost. It just looks like a pizza roll with a mouth. Roll. Good. Well, that was good. That was easy. I think I glitched it to the top corner. Also, I found out this is now for your benefit, chat. Here's a tip. Here's a hot video game tip. From my household to yours. In my household, we put the pepper on it. But the answer... The solution, the secret, is don't use the grenade launcher on the fish. Oh. Hey, this is, like, kind of reminding me of that level in, Mario 64, Wet Dry World. Not entirely, but I mean, there's some weird abandoned shit in Wet Dry World that I never fully understood. There appeared to be, like, a church in the town square. Someone just said, oh yeah, this is just like Wet Dry World. It had one of my favorite stars, kill the 8 red demons. I'm detecting a large amount of snark from you. I want you to know that this is a snark-free zone. Unless it's coming from my microphone. Wow. You need the Vinesauce toilet membership for snark permissions. It's true. Vinny, did you make your own lore with your cousin about Wet Dry World? I am surprised you remember that. But it's true, I did.
Embrace the darkness.
Dark level. You told him it was bullshit and he hated you. Right. I made up lore. I told him all about it. And then eventually, I told him that I made it all up. I mean, I was 11. These noises. Like Binding of Isaac meat noises. Dark levels, not my favorite types of levels. The fuck are you? Oh my god! I've never seen this meat creature before. They're wonderful. You know, I think they hang out in Wet Dry World.
The closer they got, the more they suffered.
Plague rats? Does anyone know what engine this game was made in? Or is this like a custom engine? Lift hammer. This was done in Unity? People like to shit on Unity. I've become a believer over the years. Just has to be done right. Just has to be finessed properly. In the hands of a skilled team, you can really do something, great. That's like saying it's lame because it runs on Windows. Well, yeah. It's because most of the shitty games that I play on Sundays run on Unity, and their logo is just always on my stream before garbage. So some people associate Unity with trash. It's just the easiest set of tools that's most widely available, so of course the most amount of incompetent developers or newbie developers are going to use it to make not good things. It's just tools. It's just tools. But yeah, I mean, this, Cuphead, several other games which escape me at the moment. Ori, Hollow Knight. Oh, that's really Hollow Knight. Assassin's Creed Unity? Alright, listen. You need to stop. But you know, Vin, I just dislike hammers. I won't buy any furniture that requires a hammer to be made. I getcha. I'm not really into screwdrivers. Specifically Phillips. Jesus. I have a question. How do we all agree to righty-tighty, lefty-loosey? That's a pretty cool thing. I'm glad that's, like, really universal. It just works. It just works. It's almost as if the rhyme itself was so powerful that we all had to go through it, or go for it. Meat Cavern. Someone just said I read online that some Bethesda games are buggy. No. No, no, no. You can't always believe what you read on the internet. When I played Skyrim... it was... like, perfect. It was exactly what the developers had intended. That was the experience. They wanted that cow to teleport. They wanted... fucking hell. They wanted that cow to teleport. They wanted things to clip through walls. It was all part of the, experience. You know, the world of Tamriel is a magical place. Anything can happen. Oh! Wait, it is called Tamriel, right? Like the whole land of Elder Scrolls? It's not just called Elder Scrollville? Mount St. Eldersburg. There it is. Vinny, let's be honest, you would have liked Skyrim less if it weren't for the glitches. I wouldn't have streamed Skyrim if it weren't for the glitches. Like, it's not that I didn't know what kind of game it was. I played it when it first came out. I knew that I would get bored of it. I knew that the inventory stuff was annoying. I knew that the game could be pretty shallow at times, and really, really boring at times. That said... Fuck. Always wash your hands. Wash them every day. That said, streaming it again... Streaming it again was great because of the glitches. That's all I wanted to say. It was a good time, and we had bingo and everything. It was fantastic. Alright, that was awesome. The Ratacombs. Well... I'm done for now. I actually have to get going. Look, 12:18, the day of the bean. I actually have to get going. I know, like I said, early and shorter stream today. Still... you know, a little while, but, I do have to go. So, I'll tell you what. Tomorrow, there will be trash, and, maybe I'll stream more Dusk at some point. I had no idea that you'd have to flush yourself down a toilet. I love that. I will not be back later on tonight, no. But I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow, chat. Remember, I'm not speaking to you specifically on an individual level, because I don't really, you know, I don't have the ability to do that. So instead, I tell you, as a collective, as a yacht of chat. It's like a murder of crows, or a flock of seagulls, a yacht of chat. I say to you, I hope you have a good weekend.